Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna watch historical voices. This is obviously of famous people, right? I don't know this channel. I'm gonna leave the link to the original videos down below. I thought this was interesting to do because we saw historical photos and videos, and now we're gonna hear their voices, right? Let's begin. You hear that old school, like, what is it, the air you're hearing popping or something, right?
Well, there was a man around here in the spring of '49 named Jim Smiley, and he
Wait,
was
what?
the most...
Wait. So this video says this recording was made by William Gillette, Twain's, I'm guessing that's neighbor. So it's in the 1934. But he's trying to sound like him. So I guess Mark Twain had a lot of long drawls, right? He's extending his words, sort of.
Then you ever saw about betting on anything. That is, if you could get somebody to bet on the other side. And if
Okay.
he couldn't, he'd change sides.
Interesting.
Suited the other man would suit him just so he got a bet.
Oh, Marie Curie. She was actually Polish, but I think she moved to France because of the circumstances in Poland, I think. And I think she married a Frenchman. That's why her name is Marie Curie, I think. That's not her last name which she was born with, I don't think. And she's speaking French. Okay. Whoa.
London, 18 December 1888.
Whoa.
To Edison, from Colonel Bureau, introducing Mr. Denton.
Wow.
This phonograph salutation.
That's so cool.
The latest born.
Wait, 1888. Jack the Ripper was going on then, right? Wasn't it? Leave in the comments down below, but I think, I don't know, 1888, but maybe 1886. Somewhere around there. This is pretty cool. 1888.
Born of science and of American genius, bends its knee of steel and bows its neck of iron in reverential homage before the veteran statesman of England. Mr. Gadsden, the phonograph salutes you, and through the medium of the phonograph, Mr. Edison greets you. Now, Edison,
What?
listen to a voice that has electrified its generation. The voice of William Ewart Glenn.
Was he talking about Edison? He said American and he said, I think he said Edison. But I mean, you can hear his British accent, if you want to call it that. You hear nobody except the royals in England talk like that, right? That sounds very... It sounds American, sort of, right? But it's like old American, which makes sense because old American accents are more linked to old British ones. Okay. Benjamin Harrison?
I was president of the first Pan-American Congress in Washington, D.C.
Okay. Washington, D.C.
That with God's help, our two countries shall continue to live side by side in peace and prosperity.
I mean, I'm trying to hear, but it's very hard to hear. And it's interesting, who did people make these recordings for, or were they only doing that to try to record a president's voice or speech, right? Because I mean, if the person who did this and then sat and listen to it back, if you could do that. I mean, the person who was there knows what the president said, but on the recording you can barely hear it. Maybe it's because it's been a long time since we've heard this recording and it has been distorted, or it was as like this in 1889 as well.
I will arise
Okay.
and go now and go to
Okay, poet.
industry, and a small cabin build there of clay and wattles made. 19 rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and live alone in the bee-bound glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings
Okay.
their midnights all.
I mean, he sounds like the British politician, sort of, right? You can hear Irish twang, but you can still hear they're very emphasizing the R, which is pretty interesting, because nowadays in Britain, that doesn't happen a lot, especially in the south.
Moon of purple glow, and evening full of linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey. I hear it in the deep heart's core.
Okay. Oh, what? Grover Cleveland? He said New York, okay. As a nation to attend to our own business, okay.
Our ancestors, when much 3 million, had the courage to declare their political independence of every other nation upon earth. Now we, their descendants, when we have grown to 70 million, declare that we are less independent than our forefathers? No, my friends, it will never...
One thing that's very cool, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's a speech and it's recorded or something like that, but people from the early from 1930s back, when you can have recordings, people are like wailing, right, when they're talking, right? You hear Grover Cleveland, you hear the poet, obviously it's poetry, so, right? But the British politicians, same thing. They're wailing. Maybe it's because it's a speech, they're wailing the things that they're saying, right? If you understand what I mean. They're not shouting, but they're like vibrating with their voice when they're speaking. Maybe to emphasize something, I don't know.
The common language of science. The first step towards language was to link acoustically or otherwise commutable signs
This is
to
cool.
sense impressions. Most likely,
I mean, he sounds like a teacher, right? But he sounds like an uncle trying to learn you something, right? Or
sociable
teach you something.
animals have arrived at this primitive kind of communication.
America,
Whoa.
center of equal daughters, equal sons, all alike and dear, grown, ungrown, young or old, strong.
One thing though, I just realized, just on this recording, you can hear what sounds like a train, a locomotive, like, and I would guess it's either someone is cranking something for the electricity, or it's just the parts in the recorder that is going and spinning or something. It sounds like something's going up and down and up and down, right? Right? Instead of this just flabbery noise that you hear on the other recordings, right? It's just up and down, up and down.
Ample, fair,
Right?
enduring, capable, With perennial
Sounds like someone is scrubbing a floor, right? Leave in the comments if you also think that. I mean,
with the earth,
this is cool.
with freedom, law, and
Okay. Shackleton, no way. What?
Main results of the British Antarctic expedition of 1907 under my command are...
He said 1907. Did he said 1907? That's a pretty weird way of saying. Okay.
follows. We reached a point within 97 geographical miles of the South Pole. The only thing that stopped us from reaching the actual point was
Yeah.
the lack of 50 pounds of food.
Yeah, food, right. Yeah. Queen Victoria, not surprising, she has a video as well when she's very old. Okay. Oh, Pope Leo. Wow, that was so cool. No way, Florence Nightingale. But Pope Leo, right? He has video of him and a photo, right? But no way, Florence Nightingale. No, this has to be fake. What? She was a nurse during the Crimean War in the 1850s. Wow.
When I am no longer even a memory, just and day,
I guess it's a speech.
I hope my voice may perpetuate the great work of my life.
Wow.
God bless my dear old comrades of Balaclava and Greenland, safe to shore.
Wow, that was so cool. Graham Bell, wow. Scottish guy, I think. Okay, that was fast. Thomas Edison, okay. Right. I think he made the first recording of a voice. Thomas Edison, I think so, right? It makes sense why it's made in the 78s instead of like 80s or 90s, 1890s. Barely can hear what he's saying. Whoa. What? I mean, here you can't hear what he's saying. You can hear that he is saying something, right? Maybe people who understand, maybe people who speak his language can understand, but I don't think so. You can only hear that he's saying something. You can't hear what he's saying. Right? You have to tune in and whatnot. But 1859, maybe I was wrong about Edison then. Alright, that was pretty cool. We're gonna watch another famous person's voice. So this is recording of Helmut von Moltke, 1889.
Also am Schweden am 21. Oktober 1889
I mean, first of all, this is so cool to hear him speak, right? He's Helmut von Moltke is famous general from the Franco-Prussian War. I think his son, Helmut von Moltke, the younger, he was in World War I. He was the commander of the German army in the beginning and then got kicked out, I think. I think that's correct. But this is so cool, right? I mean, you have the trifecta in the, what, from the 60s to like the 80s or 90s of 1800s. For Prussia, you have Moltke, you have the king, Wilhelm, I think, Wilhelm the First, I think, yeah, and of Bismarck, right? So you have the trifecta. You have Moltke, you have William the First, and Otto von Bismarck. The trifecta, right? I think it's from like the 1860s to 1890s, sort of, right? Which is pretty cool. It's cool hearing a voice from that time. Although you can barely hear it, but it's cool. Again, sounds like a train, right? Or someone scrubbing a floor. And I'm guessing he's giving a speech or something. Okay, we have, what's this? Second recording. Give every man your ear, but few thy voice. An expert from Faust. Okay. Very hard to hear. Alright, we're gonna stop there, but it's very interesting to hear voices from 100 years ago, right? 130 years ago, even it was one in 1859. You can barely hear it, but still, that is pretty cool. And video is even cooler, right? But audio, that's pretty cool. Even though you can't comprehend what they're saying, you can't understand what they're saying, but you hear that someone is talking, right? Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.